Arambadahal, let's begin with the main story. Urban areas including the capital engulfed by intense air pollution in recent times. Government's initiative largely ineffective. Public science colleges lag behind in education quality due to inadequate infrastructure and resources. College administrations and government authority remain indifferent. Stakeholders express concern over government's attempt to brush aside serious crimes during armed insurgency via political cover. Demand justice to victims. And Alexander Zverev stuns world number 1 Novak Djokovic in straight sets 6-4, 6-3 to win the ATP finals. Becomes the first German since Boris Becker in 1995 to win it. Air pollution has drastically increased in most urban areas, including Kathmandu, in recent days. With the government's failure to minimize pollution, dust particles 4 times more dangerous than PM 2.5 are present in the air that the public is breathing. The issue of air pollution is widely spoken of with the onset of winter. Urban areas suffered quite a lot from air pollution last winter. Such high level of air pollution can cause diseases including asthma and cancer. According to the World Health Organization, around 35,000 people die in Nepal each year because of air pollution, while its financial impact amounts to 300 billion rupees. However, the government authorities have remained indifferent towards controlling air pollution. While the government has failed to prioritize the issue of controlling environment pollution, organizations working for this issue have spent their time complaining about rights instead of achieving any notable accomplishments in their activities. Pollution is on the rise also because of the lapse of coordination among the government departments. Nepal is a frontrunner when it comes to the worst effects of air pollution. This is also why it's crucial for the government to consider it as a serious matter. Regular theoretical and practical classes of government campuses teaching the science stream are in a poor condition. Around 60% students are compelled to depend on coaching classes as the science colleges in the capital have been found of admitting students beyond their capacity. 7,000 students are admitted in science faculty at Sri Chandra campus in Kathmandu. Among them, 6,000 are undergraduate students, which is 6 times the total capacity. The campus has not been able to adjust all the students in theoretical classrooms because of the huge number. In such a situation, all the students being able to use laboratories is out of question. Science students must attend both theoretical and practical classes. Teachers at the college admit the fact that around 60% students take extra coaching classes, as not all of them can attend both theory and practical classes because of the excess number of students. Sri Chandra is not an exception, as the condition of most of the college laboratories across the nation share the same plight. University Grant Commission (UGC) has said that many campuses offer exam scores to students without even conducting their practical tests. First of all, colleges admitting students beyond their capacity is a wrong practice, while in addition to that, failure to ensure availability of required infrastructures and resources is a serious act of irresponsibility on the part of the college authorities. It is thus mandatory that campus administrations pay a serious heed towards sorting out the drawbacks, while the regulating authority too should take concrete steps to do away with the scenario. It is now time for a short break, but for more news, do stay with us. Human rights activists have expressed concern regarding the clean sheet set to be given to those guilty during the armed conflict on the basis of political interests. They are of the view that the government is preparing to formulate laws aimed at brushing aside even the incidents of serious human rights violations during the conflict period, thus denying justice to the victims. Victims have alleged that the conflict-related incidents are said to be made silent in active participation of a few human rights activists considered close to the ruling party. They are of the opinion that the new arrangement is set to affect the proceedings of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the Commission on Investigation of Enforced Disappeared Persons. Right activists have also said that the new arrangement would affect the provision by which the Supreme Court was to oversee the under consideration cases of conflict period incidents. Meanwhile, human rights activists and victims submitted a memorandum at the National Human Rights Commission yesterday demanding action against those guilty during the armed insurgency. The federal government has determined the price of paddy. However, farmers have been in trouble due to lack of implementation of the fixed price at the provincial levels. This has compelled to sell their produce in a much less price than the amount set by the government. In this context, we had asked the local farmers what was the reason behind inadequate return to their produce. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
राज्यबाट तोक्ने जो धानको मूल्य तोक्छन् त्यो तोकाइमा नै जहाँसम्म हामीलाई शंका लाग्छ
सरकारले पनि एउटा नीति नियम बनाउने अरूले फेरि लागू नगर्ने त्यो कहीं लागू हुन नसक्ने त्यो एउटा सिस्टममा ल्याउनु पर्ने हो
हामीले मल किन्दाखेरि बिउ बिजन किन्दाखेरि उनीहरुको मूल्य जति भन्यो त्यति हाल्नुपर्ने हामीले आफ्नो खेतबारीमा उब्जनी गरिरहेका छौं फेरि हाम्रो बाली नाली पनि उनीहरुले मूल्य तोक्नुपर्ने
जुन धान यहाँ सस्तोमा बेचिरा छौं हैन त्यो धान यिनीहरुले चाहिँ पहाडतिर महँगोमा पठाइराछन्
सरकार अलिकति गम्भीर रूपले बुझिरहेको छैन किसानहरुको पसिना चाहिँ सित्तैमा हो भन्ने सोचिया छ त्यही कारणले होला जस्तो लाग्छ
किसानहरुले चाहिँ धानको मूल्य नपाउनुमा यो सरकारकै कारणले गर्दाखेरि हो
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, why have environment pollution control measures not been effective? Your options are A, ignoring criteria, option B is government ignoring the issue, and your final option, option C, is lack of capacity. The voting is on. You can type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. With this, let us move on to some sports news.
Sports news.
England registered a 2-1 win against Croatia and have qualified for the final round of the UEFA Nations League. England came back from 1-0 down in the last group match played at Wembley Stadium last night. First half of the match had ended in a goalless stalemate. Andre Kramaric put Croatia ahead in the 57th minute. However, England did not take too long to equalize as substitute Jesse Lingard put the hosts in level terms in the 78th minute. Harry Kane then scored the winner with 5 minutes remaining to secure the Three Lions' berth at the final round of the tournament, which will be held in Portugal next year. This win for England means they have avenged their loss against Croatia at the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup 2018, which was held in Russia. It was Croatia's first loss against England since 2009. World Cup runners-up Croatia have now been relegated to the second tier following the loss. In another match, Switzerland stunned Belgium 5-2. Switzerland were 2-0 down in the match and were inspired by a hat-trick from Haris Seferovic. 3 matches are scheduled under the Martyrs Memorial A Division League today. First match of the day, which kicks off at 11 a.m, will see Jalakhel Youth Club take on Sankata Club at Anfa Complex, Saddobato. Jalakhel had suffered a 1-0 loss against Nepal Police Club, while Sankata had won against Saraswati Club. Second match at Anfa Complex, scheduled for a 2:30 p.m. kickoff today, will see Friends play against Armed Police Force APF. Friends had lost 2-1 against 3-Star, while APF had played a goalless draw against Himalayan Sherpa. In the third match scheduled for today, Himalayan Sherpa will take on Saraswati at Halchok ground. West Indies will take on the Group B runners-up Australia, while India go head-to-head against England at the semi-finals of the Women's World T20. The home team emerged victorious in Group A after a 4-wicket victory against England in the match played earlier this morning. The West Indies will go into the last 4 clash in form with victory in the toughest challenge yet in the tournament. Drianda Doughton hit 46 runs of 52 balls, while Charmaine Campbell struck 45 from 42 deliveries to help them recover from 2 runs for 3 wickets to chase down the modest target of 116 with 4 wickets and 3 balls to spare. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look at the top stories one more time. Urban areas, including the capital, engulfed by intense air pollution in recent times. Government's initiative largely ineffective. Public science colleges lag behind in education quality due to inadequate infrastructure and resources. College administrations and government authority remain indifferent. Stakeholders express concern over government's attempt to brush aside serious crimes during armed insurgency via political cover. Demand justice for the victims. And Alexander Zverev stuns world #1 Novak Djokovic in straight sets 6-4, 6-3 to win the ATP Finals. Becomes the first German since Boris Becker won it in 1995. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Have a great day ahead.